Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're delving into a concept with significant implications in the realms of politics, business, and personal relationships. Winning hearts and minds. The winning hearts and minds mental model refers to the idea that true, lasting influence and success come not from coercion or force, but from genuinely connecting with and persuading people on an emotional and intellectual level. It's about cultivating genuine trust, understanding and buy-in, rather than simply imposing your will through power or authority. Let's look at a historical example of winning hearts and minds in action. During the Vietnam War, the United States military initially took a heavy-handed, confrontational approach in its efforts to defeat the Viet Cong insurgency. However, this tactic of overwhelming force and firepower ultimately failed to secure the loyalty and cooperation of the Vietnamese people. In contrast, the more successful counter-insurgency strategies employed later in the war placed a greater emphasis on winning over the local population through civic action programs, intelligence gathering, and targeted contextual operations. By focusing on building trust and rapport with the Vietnamese, the US forces were better able to neutralize the Viet Cong's influence and support. This shift in approach from brute force to a more nuanced hearts and minds strategy highlighted the power of persuasion and connection over pure coercion. In the business world, we can see the winning hearts and minds mental model at work in various ways. Consider the case of a company that is launching a new product or service. Rather than simply pushing the features and benefits through aggressive marketing, the most successful companies take the time to truly understand their customers' needs, pain points, and aspirations. By crafting a compelling narrative that resonates emotionally and intellectually, they are able to foster genuine enthusiasm and loyalty among their target audience. Similarly, leaders who are able to inspire and motivate their teams, rather than relying solely on authority or financial incentives, are often those who have mastered the art of winning hearts and minds. They recognize that long-term sustainable success comes from cultivating a shared sense of purpose, values, and commitment. So how can we apply the winning hearts and minds mental model in our daily lives? Firstly, make a concerted effort to deeply understand the perspectives, motivations, and concerns of the people you're trying to influence or persuade. Empathy and active listening are key. Secondly, craft your message or approach in a way that speaks to both the rational and emotional aspects of your audience. Appeal to their logic, but also tap into their values, aspirations, and sense of identity. Finally, be willing to invest time and resources into building genuine long-term relationships and trust. Winning hearts and minds is not a quick fix. It's a sustained, holistic process of connection and mutual understanding. In conclusion, the winning hearts and minds mental model reminds us that true and lasting influence is not about domination or manipulation, but about fostering genuine connection and alignment. By applying this approach in our personal and professional lives, we can unlock new levels of engagement, cooperation, and success. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your hearts be one, your minds be open, and your influence be profound. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.